Now what moments are you most proud of from past Silicons?
Well, our very first Silicon, we were honored by the mayor of Sunnyvale um, as when we opened up. That was going to be Sci-Fi Week, and we were the opening event. 3 days in Sunnyvale. I still have the certificate here. We were very, very proud of that. Also, um, when Tim Dunnigan came down, he brought along some leftover patches that he used to wear on his uniform on the show, just metal patches. And he signed some of these, and we auctioned them off. And the thing was, we auctioned them off at the masquerade. And at the masquerade, we managed to double what we had brought in from the charity auction. Doubled it easily, and we were quite proud of that. And Tim was proud of that. He didn't even realize he had a following, but they came out of the woodwork, and they were all there and glad to have him. So some of the proudest moments for us are kind of kind of personal moments when we get personal vindication, when we're really proud of an individual thing that happens to us, you know. And that's one of the best things about being in the convention. You know, my associates will agree with me. I'm sure they've. Mr. Nikolai over there has been with me since day one. He's been very loyal. He's been very close. He chaired two of the conventions after I chaired two of them. Did a fantastic job, and we've all managed to have a real good time. And at the same time, we've been able to raise money for diabetes research.
And for your TV audience, can you tell us when and where Silicon will be and the website information?
Okay, our website is www.siliconventions.com. That's Siliconventions with an S at the end.com. And the convention will be at the Doubletree Hotel, October 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2006. Convention starts at noon, and it breaks up sometime Sunday evening. We hope you can come out. We guarantee you'll have a good time. You'll meet some famous people. You'll find some great artwork, and you might even be able to go home with a full costume of a Klingon. You never know. The Klingons will be there. They always make things fun. The furries will be there. The anime people will be there. You should be there. It'll be a lot of fun, and I guarantee, if nothing else, you'll have the time of your life. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm Dann Lopez. I'm the owner of Silicon and the president and CEO of Siliconventions Limited. And with me today is Kitty Von Brasket, who is in charge of our information desk. And I just wanted to ask a few questions of her. Kitty, how long have you been involved with Bay Area fandom?
Well, let's see. I was part of the big committee for a WesterCon that resulted in BayCon, and BayCon's going to have its 25th BayCon next year, so at least a quarter of a century, you know, and add a couple of years onto that for bidding activity and whatnot.
Ah, so you got a lot of experience, huh?
Well, I guess you could say that.
Well, tell me, you know, you go to the conventions, you see some pretty odd things sometimes, something usually right out of television or a movie. Let me ask you, what's the oddest thing you've ever seen at a convention?
The oddest thing that's, how can you choose
Well,
when
just
it's a veritable parade of oddities? I mean, I'm usually the oddest thing at conventions because my hair is usually all purple, and people, you know, use me on their scavenger hunts. Go find, you know, someone with, you know, odd colored hair, and they, you know, make a beeline to me because I'm at info desk, because that's usually the easiest place to find me. And after 25 years of fandom, if somebody can tell everyone where to go and how to get there, I'm, you know, that's me at info. So that's my job for the most part.
Okay. Now you've been with my particular rendition of Silicon since day one. Tell me, why do you keep coming back to Silicon, and why do you keep helping us out?
Because I love you guys all incredibly, and my very first basic allegiance is to Bay Area fandom. So you're there for the fans. All the conventions I work on are there for the fans, and that's what I'm there for.
Oh, thank you, Kitty. It's very nice of you to say so. Now, let's get back to the oddities.
The oddities.
Yeah. Now, Just if you can't pick one particular, kind of give me a short list of some of the things that you've been involved with that are like a little off center. I mean, I've already mentioned the Klingons at one time.
Yeah. Well, there's, if we get onto the subject of Klingons, there's my daughter, who goes by the name of Saber, and she's 5'11" and built like a, Green Bay Packers linebacker, and with her Klingon tattoo, where I have my little scarab, and her Klingon headgear and makeup, she actually won a trip to Britain one year because of that. So, she's probably one of the stranger beings around conventions. Let's see, what have I seen? Oh, well, fur cons. Fur cons are always great for the truly bizarre and unique. People in life-sized animal suits, and they're also sweet and cute, and they always come by and smile and wave and say hi. With fangs dripping and claws out. It's always kind of amusing to know that there's this really, sweet, fuzzy guy inside, or gal, as the case may be.
Have you ever had any run-ins with any of the particular guests that show up?
Oh, on occasion. Usually I manage to, I don't know whether I intimidate them or what. I'm just so sweet and reasonable that they don't dare misbehave around me, or they know I'm go over my knee and spank them, I guess. Because they do call me Mom Cat. Some of the conventions I work where I'm staff mom, that's it's Mom Cat, we got to be good. And I'm nice. I don't do that to people.
Okay, so you would be in agreement with me if I was to say that Bay Area fandom has a very big, long history, and it's all relatively very good.
Oh yeah, the boundaries of Bay Area fandom. If you're just talking like the 9 Bay Area counties and all, we've got BayCon for a quarter of a century. For at least a decade or so before then, even extending out to Sacramento, there were people doing small local cons and WesterCons and the occasional World Con back in the 60s, early mid 60s too. So we're a pretty solid hotbed of fanish activity around here.
Okay. And if you were going to make any recommendations for Silicon, what would it be?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
Recommendations, what?
Well, I mean, you've been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to see at Silicon?
What would I like to see at Silicon? Oh, good grief. That's hard to say because you really do a lot. And it's a small scale convention at this point, but it's still, there is something I think for everyone. I love the comics focus this year because Vaughn and Mark Baudet are like just absolute, idols in my mind. And so I'm terribly delighted that Mark's going to be here and carrying on that whole thing.
Okay, well, I will see to it that Mark McClines says hello to you.
Okay.
So thank you for joining us today, Kitty. It's a pleasure to have you. And I'll see you at the end.
You bet.